What's up, guys? Alfredo here with some more Halo 4 commentary for your ear holes one time. Of course, this is gameplay that makes me look way better than I really am at the game of Halo. Now remember, these are released on a weekly basis every Thursday, so make sure you catch them whenever you can. And as usual, let's go ahead and set up this match. Now, the game type is Big Team Battle. The map, as you can see, is Ragnarok. I'm using the DMR because this is more of a distance map, along with Promethean Vision and Fast Track. Now, something personally I like to do on Ragnarok is hunker down on the Pelican side, because I will be taking pot shots at the other team for the entire match if I can. Because one, it really distracts them, and two, it really annoys them. And if they're even trying to come at me with a Mantis or a Ghost, it's really hard for them to get me out of here. So you're going to see me play to that strength a lot this game. Now, one thing I wanted to touch up on this week, is just superhero squads that I remember growing up. And I'm talking about like X-Men. Then you had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Then along with them you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was the Defenders of the City of Townsville, none other than the Powerpuff Girls, who fought crime against evil villains like him and Mojo Jojo. You also had, now I remember back then this concept worked for young Alfredo, but thinking about it now, it's a little weird. Street Sharks, which had half man, half shark, who fought crime on rollerblades. And then you had VR Troopers. I remember having the action figure for those guys. Then there was Ronin Warriors, who were the samurais. Oh, get them. With mystical armor and mystical weapons. Then you had the Beetleborgs. Can't leave out Sailor Moon, who fought crime with against what? There was not against, but with Tuxedo Mask. Then there was, who was it? Captain Planet and the Planeteers, which had a huge VO cast of like Martin Sheen, Tim Curry, Whoopi Goldberg. I know there was LeVar Burton too. Now, if I remember correctly, North America had the power of fire, Eastern Europe had wind, Asia had water, Africa had earth, and South America had the power of heart. I'm sorry, South America, but you drew the short straw on picking those rings. Like, what exactly is the power of heart going to do for you on the battlefield? I much rather have any of the other rings. But there was also a show, which I swear I'm the only one who remembers this, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. And no one else remembers this, like, crime-fighting team except for me. And it wasn't like it was, you know, not known, or I don't know, not known or anything, because Lawrence was the star. Tim Curry was the evil Kilocon. Oh, look at him, he wanted me. Tim Curry was the evil Kilocon. But I swear no one else watched that show besides me. Oh, guys, real quick, something that I like telling everyone who's running with me on this map to do is control the halfway part of this map, not any further than that, because it's unnecessary. And if you control half of this map, then you really control the whole entire match, and it makes it hard for the other team to just advance and get situated. But moving on, those super squads reminded me of when I was living in Anaheim, and my parents threw me into karate school with my sister, who was a year younger than me. And eventually our sensei, sensei, who is our teacher, threw us into a sparring tournament. And I remember, from what I remember, it was the semifinals, and I just beat some kid. And at that point, I was hyped. I was in it to win it. And I turn around, and my opponent is none other than my very own sister. Now, if you're going to compare fighting styles, we were both very heavily oriented in Taekwondo, which means we used our legs a lot more than we did our hands. And I was more the fast, nimble type person. My sister, on the other hand, was a little bit different. She was a powerhouse. Now, by that I mean, oh, not today. Every time she kicked, she would either, and every time she kicked you, you would either be, you know, off balance from that kick, or your like limb would go numb, because she had a lot of power behind each kick. So the first round came up, and she throws a kick my way, and it grazes my nuts. And for some reason, she got a point. Second round comes up, the exact same thing happens. At this point, I was mad. I was frustrated. And I can see a little grin on my sister's face because she knew she was about to win. I believe it was like 3 points for the win. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to exploit the one weakness I know my sister has in her fighting style or in her fighting stance is every time she throws a kick, she makes 2 fists, one with each hand, and she puts it up to next ear. She puts it up next to each ear, leaving her whole entire face vulnerable. Now, oh, got him. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to exploit that. So she throws another kick my way, of course, doing the same thing, leaving her face completely vulnerable. I jump up, do a spinning roundhouse kick, and snap my kick right in her face. She flies back like 5 feet and doesn't get up for like 30 seconds. At this point, I thought I killed my sister. To wrap up this story, she ended up getting first place. I got disqualified. Not only did I get disqualified, but I did not get second place. I ended up getting third place for that disqualification. Come on. What is up? They cheesed me. What was up with that? Anyways, guys, my question for you this week is, growing up, who was your favorite super squad? Make sure to let me know in the comments below or tweet me at Alfredo IGN. And if you guys feel like ever playing with me in some game of Halo or anything else, make sure to follow me on Twitter where I tweet out what I'm playing, when I'm playing. A quick shout out to King Azer, who went 29 kills to my 17-1, and Clay, who only had 2 kills this whole entire match. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. I'm Alfredo. This is another weekly commentary for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me any feedback if you can, and I'm out.